Hello everyone. What's going on? It is a fresh day. And when I say fresh, I mean freezing here. But anyways, I wanted to make a video today to talk about sustainable switches that I've made in my life and how I think that making these sustainable switches honestly were a great option for me and how they can be easy and affordable for also you. So yeah, I think that's kind of cool. So I want to just start off by saying just a few words about what I have been doing in my life and how I've kind of gotten into thinking about my individual sustainability. I recently graduated college with a degree in environmental studies. I like the social science side of the environment and how people and their motivations and psychology and their background and how the environment and people overlap and environmental health and all of those things. So I'm really interested in that, and I'm actually working right now towards applying to things and figuring out a career in like sustainability and development and all that. So that's a whole different story. But in college, I actually took a course where I calculated my carbon footprint, and that made me start to think about how I could be more sustainable in my life, because I realized that a third of my carbon footprint was my meat consumption. So I started to change it, and I haven't eaten meat for a few years, but I can also talk about that journey because I have some different thoughts about what it means to be vegetarian and vegan and sustainable for sustainability's sake, or whether it means to be vegan for particularly the compassion side of it and animals and all of that. And then also on the individual side, I also have some thoughts. Individual action, I think, has huge benefits for the individual. I think that it makes you think positively about your interactions with the environment. I also believe it can make you think about what you really need in your life, what you use, how many times you use it, all of those things. So I love the idea of individual action, and I know it's not going to fix climate change or change the world entirely, but it is going to help you possibly be a more positive person with your interactions towards the environment and with the environment. Anyways, my carbon footprint, calculating it really spurred me to start making individual choices. And if you want to calculate your carbon footprint, there's a lot of great websites out there. So I'll link a few below because I love taking these carbon calculator quizzes. They're really fun actually, but also a little depressing in the end to see how much you really do. I recommend taking it, seeing what you think about it, and this video is mostly just to think about everyday items or things that maybe you use a lot that could be replaced. I have about 8 items here from 2 different rooms in the house that I think that we go into a lot and we use a lot, and that's the bathroom and the kitchen. I feel as though those are the places that you could really make incremental sustainable changes and really see the difference actually. I also have been kind of on a journey the last few years of minimalism and sustainability and all of that, so all of that kind of gets lumped together too. So there's a lot in this piece of video, but this video particularly is just to go over 8 sustainable switches that I made, that I love, that I want to share, and I think that it's a really cool idea. So we're just gonna get started. We're gonna start with the bathroom. In the bathroom, I have kind of switched up my beauty routine in general a lot in the last few years. So my beauty routine doesn't look the same as it used to. And a lot of that had to do with minimalizing the amount of stuff that I had. Like I said, once you start switching to sustainable alternatives, then you start thinking about kind of what you can switch out, how little or how much you need to use, and then it also makes you think about things like ingredients and the health of what you're using. So that kind of has been my journey with my beauty products in my bathroom over the last like year probably. So the first 2 things I'll talk about are both shower products. The first thing that I switched to, well, I switched to bar soap recently actually, and that's a very affordable switch that you can make. You just buy bar soap instead of other soap. There's a lot of places that make bar soap that is so good and sustainable and natural and great for your skin and perfect and fantastic, and it's great. And so in order to use the bar soap more efficiently, I bought a soap saver bag. Soap saver bag is the first thing that I started using. It's where you basically have kind of a compostable fabric bag and you put your bar of soap in there, and you can like suds it up and use it as a loofah if you want. You can just use it to make your soap sudsy, and it's called a soap saver bag so that you don't lose any bits of soap, because I feel like that was a big problem I was running into when I was just using bar soap without anything else. And it really saves your soap. It lets you use up basically the whole thing of soap, so it's perfect. The other thing that goes along with that is a reusable and washable loofah. I will link that down below. I've been using mine for a couple days now, actually. I just got it and I really like it so far, so I thought I'd put it in this video because it really actually has changed my shower routine a little bit. What I usually do is I use the soap saver bag sometimes, but other times I'll just use the soap saver bag to like make it all sudsy, and then I'll use the loofah to really like get everywhere. The good thing about the loofah is that it's not plastic like other loofahs, and then also it is easily washable. You can disinfect it. You know, other plastic loofahs, it's hard to wash those and really make sure that you're getting bacteria off of them, but with this it's made out of cotton, so, and it's handmade. I'll link it below. All of the products are going to be linked below because I love them. A lot of them I got off Etsy, and they're made by just an individual or a small business, or, you know, so that's how I also like to support people in my sustainable switches. I think that's a really cool idea. So I've been using those two items in the shower a lot, and they're really cheap. The pros are that they save your soap, they're reusable, they're pretty affordable, they're really not that bad, and I don't have any cons. So the third item in the bathroom that I've changed to is cotton pads. So instead of using cotton balls, which I used to use a lot for my toner, I bought cotton reusable pads. They have really changed my life because they are thin, they're pads, and I put my toner on them and then I just wipe my face with them, and they're great. I love them. They're reusable. I just take them out of a jar, I put them in another jar when they're dirty, and then I wash them in the washing machine, and it works out really well, honestly. I wouldn't say there's a lot of cons to it other than you need to wash them. The fourth bathroom product that I started using a little while ago, maybe a couple months ago, I swear by this product. I actually have it next to me because I needed to show you guys it. It is a menstrual cup. This thing, I wouldn't be showing it to you and getting excited about it if it really wasn't something that I was like all for. It's just like a tampon, except the cup fills up and then you just take it out and you empty it and you wash it out and you put it back in, and you're supposed to just like bend it like this and put it in. It takes some practice. I say that that's probably one of the only cons, is it takes some practice, but once you get it going, it really is, it's life-changing. It has no higher risk of toxic shock syndrome. It can last for up to 12 hours. I try to empty it between 8 and 10 hours, but it can last up to 12. It is great. I really don't feel any issue with it. You can sleep with it. I don't even feel it. I don't even remember it's there half the time. I remember it enough to deal with it. Revolutionary. I really love it. And this menstrual cup specifically is by Organic Cup, and I love them. I'm gonna link them below specifically because I do have a referral code and you can get 25% off. I know these are only like $25, so it's really an investment on your period. That's the number one thing I can't recommend enough. Honestly, it's so great. Love it. So now I'm gonna move on to the kitchen. That is the other room that I feel like you could make a lot of sustainable switches. I'm still trying to think of other ways to be more sustainable in the kitchen. I mean, obviously it's like, don't use paper plates or plastic plates and plastic forks and all that. So, you know, there's the easy things like that, which I totally think that everyone should try not to do, all reusable stuff. But there's like 4 items that I kind of gravitated towards with the way that I use things in the kitchen. So the first one is coffee filters. I switched to reusable coffee filters. I think they're made of muslin or something like that. Yeah, but they're great. I bought 2 of them. They're really affordable. I use a drip coffee filter system and I love using them because they're really easy. I think that's a pro. I mean, I just don't see many cons with it. other than you just have to wash them. The next item that I want to talk about is a nut milk bag. So it's like a cheesecloth bag, nut milk bag, whatever you want to call it. It's a way to make nut milks. I love it. I don't use it crazy often, but I love making my own nut milks. But again, if you don't drink alternative milks or want to start making them or have the time to make them, then it's not really necessary completely, but I really like making them. So I think that's kind of a pro, is that like if you do make them, it's easy to make them with those. The other thing is you can actually dry out all of the extra nut bits that you use with your nut milk, and you can put them on top of like oatmeal and yogurt and all that stuff, and it's really good. Trust me. The third item that I feel like everyone should have is a reusable water bottle. A reusable water bottle is just fantastic. You put water in it, you reuse it. Everyone should be drinking water. Everyone can take it wherever. There's so many cute reusable things nowadays. It's really not just like a water bottle. It's like there's Hydro Flasks, but also there's like I got an email. There's Hydro Flasks, but there's also like reusable tumblers and reusable tea mugs and stainless steel ones and all this stuff. So you can find totally a lot. I have a Hydro Flask. I'll link Hydro Flask below. I'll also link a cup that I use in stainless steel for my coffee sometimes. It's by Mir, I think is how you say it. So I'll link that below. I think it's a great thing to have in your arsenal of kitchen items. The last item from the kitchen that I'll talk about today is my soda stream. So obviously a soda stream is a very individualized item. If you don't drink sparkling drinks or sparkling water, it's not for you. I drink a ton of sparkling water. I actually got my soda stream as a gift. My housemates in my senior year of college saw how much sparkling water I drank, and they went out and got me one for my birthday. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. So it was a great, very thoughtful gift, and I was so happy with it. And SodaStream is great because you can buy flavor drops from them, or you could just put like lemon and lime juice in it. You can make your own juices, like just squeeze some orange juice. It really doesn't matter. You could put cucumbers in it. You could do whatever you want, and it'll create sparkling water. Therefore, you also don't have to lug cans from the grocery store, and you also don't have to worry about throwing all those cans away or recycling them or dealing with this or that. It's just your reusable bottle, and you wash it and you use it again. SodaStream also has a really good system where you use up a CO2 tank and then you switch it out. Like you go on their website and you pay to have them send you a new one, and it's cheaper than if you bought a regular one because you're exchanging it. You send them back the empty one, they send you a little box, and it's really cool. And I've done it before and it actually works really well. So that's also a way to be more sustainable in that, like, they have a system that really helps you out instead of you figuring out what to do with an empty canister at the end. So that's it. I really want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you are not interested in all the products below, that's completely fine. There's so many ways to find these products, and I absolutely love them. So I just thought I'd share them with the world, the interwebs. Yeah. I'm gonna say enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and cheers to sustainability and being an individual, right? Bye.